pointing. Was that supposed? Oh, we're on. Is that how we start the show now? That's what you do. You do the one finger. Good evening, everybody. Once again, thank you all for hanging out with us tonight on the third show. As always, my brother Shannon, my big brother Smitty, and our little sis in spirit and in presence as always, little Miss Beatrice, wherever you at hanging in these streets. It's been another fun-filled week, fellas. As always, always, it's been another good week. We had shots fired at us for the last 6 days now,
Man.
and we've been deflecting. And it is the air is thin up here.
Hey, you know what? It's deflecting. We ain't even deflecting. We just automatically went to Matrix mode. Now
Just
we
let
now
just
we just yeah, right.
just let that go.
Right.
Just let
You
that go.
know, we
And
we
even
done
at
mixed
work.
we done mixed Matrix with the Untouchables. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But as we always love to say, it is better in the long run. It is better to be with us than against us.
Hey, look here. If you're watching the show and you see that, understand what we're talking about tonight.
Check
Understand what we're
this.
talking about tonight. It ain't even about you anymore. It ain't even about you anymore.
And this is
Nope.
what we're doing. So on tonight's
I,
show, it was I'll say about a month. Was it a month and a half ago when the arrest took place at the Fairfield City Council? And if you remember the video, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you saw it, there was one brother that was saying, "Look, I'm not with them. Why are y'all arresting me?" And that is like I don't want to say it's famous, but it's something that has ring true about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And it's also something about that says a lot about the personnel at the city hall, where they went into just straight, unnecessarily, by the way, panic mode. Because these people who were demonstrating there weren't being violent. They weren't harming. They were causing a disturbance, but yet and still, they weren't doing nothing to nobody. And this man, my brother Dennis Green, was the brother who was just sitting there and was trying to explain to the police officers, "Hey, why are y'all arresting me? I'm not with them." And thank you, number one, thank you for hanging out with us today, Dennis. We appreciate it. But
100.
more so, this is one thing about us, and we said this before: when we see it, we stand up for it. My brother Smitty has been terrorizing the city council for a while now, giving them folks headaches. But one thing he has done, he has asked them if they have yet to apologize to this brother, simply because for what happened to him was wrong. And
Hey,
this is one of those things.
for facts, and you can go check Google or however you get your media for Fairfield City Council meeting this last Tuesday. I brought it up then to them. Have they apologized to this man? We're gonna get to his story. We're gonna let him tell his side. You know, but it's not something I'm just gonna let slide because if you don't already know, there's a lot of things being pushed under the table. Not just in Fairfield, may I add. This is across the board. If you watch our shows, we're trying to expand and bring specific generalism to just the little towns we're in, but they're happening all across major cities, little small cities, mom and pop cities throughout this nation. So
Right.
I just want to make a point that I'm going to continue to press because something has to be done. If no one says nothing, they're going to continue to do this because that's their status quo. And when I say
Yeah.
I'm talking about city council members, policymakers, people in positions of authority. Um, and wow, that term is taking a turn for the worse this week. If you've been following reports, what's coming out of Solano County as far as law enforcement and city council members. So again, if they're not held accountable, they're gonna keep they're gonna keep doing what they do to this young bruh, and it's gonna keep on. So that's what we're here.
So brother Dennis, unmute yourself, man. We got to hear you.
There we go.
There we
So
go.
There it is.
What's happening? So please let it. And I've heard it. I've heard it. You told me the story firsthand, so I appreciate that. But for everybody else who haven't heard, this is like one of those things. It's like you expected to hear about this in Oakland. You know what I mean? You do. You expect to hear like in Shannon. You expect to hear about this in Chicago.
Mhm.
But to hear about this and something like what this man is getting ready to share with y'all to happen in Fairfield, mm, it's different.
Fairfield, otherwise known as Squarefield.
See, now you're being insulting. Let that go.
Spitefulness
No,
will get
no,
you
man,
That's
nowhere,
not the
no,
Shannon.
direction of the show.
no. You know what?
Nowhere.
No, you know what we are going to do. And it's to Smitty's point, real quick. Where did he go? We lost him.
It's all good. We all right. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, we good. Yeah, but we're. I want to stick to your point, Smitty. When we go into these places, we need to control the narrative. We've been asking for a seat at the table for so long to where we need to go in there and take that seat and actually control that narrative. We need to stop having them dictate what takes place with us and how we want them to treat us. So, with that being
Absolutely.
said, yeah. With
Now
that
we,
being said,
the thing is we control the table now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We don't go to the table; they come to our table. So with that, good bro, Dennis, man, welcome. Go on and tell your story, man. Start it off however you feel like you want to go with it, man. Just go with it. We're gonna vibe with you after that.
All right. Well, it's like you said, man, starting at the city council meeting, but it goes a little deeper when you get to talking about why he was even trying to go to the city council meeting. Because to be honest with you, it ain't too many brothers. I'm 35. It ain't too many of us brothers at them city council meetings. That was my first one. I seen that firsthand. But they was talking about some good stuff like housing for the low income. I was like, oh, this is interesting. You know, it's good information to know. But I was going there to the city council meeting after almost getting arrested at the mayor's office. Why I was almost getting arrested at the mayor's office? Because I went through a civil process. I got to break it down to you though.
Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. It's all yours, man.
All right. Put it like this. I'm going to just sum it up. I was arrested going to a job interview here in Fairfield, California, that I was invited to, got into a physical altercation. This same job that I stuck up for an LBGT woman, and then there was a rope. To me, it symbolized the rope near my equipment. I was later fired. In April of this year, of 2020, I was invited to come back to that facility. If you hear me in the video, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to speak to Pam because this is in Pam's district. So I forget who's who. I just want to speak to the people involved. I mean,
Now you talking at that time, Pam Bartani, Vice Mayor of Fairfield, right?
Yes, I went to the thing and I seen the map and I'm like, hey, this is her district. So maybe I speak to her and show how I was doing things like kicked out the law library, almost arrested. And that's important to me because I've been screaming reform since my re-injury. And I could have been on probation and could have been in contact with the police and easily arrested that day of trying to go get some knowledge of how to go against a case where I needed representation. You know, being low income, I can't hire the big, you know, but it's a thing that set me back. And now my kids have to suffer as their dad is unemployed for a reason that should be explained. Back to the point. I came to the Fairfield City Council meeting after almost being arrested, thanks to some young lady that said, no, young brother, just go to the city council meeting. You don't need, you know, they talking about calling the police on you and you just want to know how can you talk to certain individuals. To tell them about the process that caused you to lose in the court case because, you know, coronavirus, they, like the judge say, go over there, but these places are shut down, law library. It opened up the next day, I must say, and I have on record where I'm there that day it opened up. Back to the point, I go to the city council meeting, first time ever going to one. I'm like, okay. And I'm sitting there in these socially distanced seatings. Everybody was distant away. I was probably about six feet away from another white woman, and then probably about 6 feet away from another white woman. I get up, I ask that woman, excuse me, ma'am, where can I get that paper you guys are holding? I try to go in there and act civilized.
Of
That's
course, of course.
Excuse me, ma'am. And she said, "Oh, you go out there to the door." So I go out there, outside the door, and ask for that, or just to the little table they had, and got the information. I did see a little crowd forming out there, but like I said, I was in there before them. I didn't even know they was going to be there. I'm just there trying to publicly speak on, one, getting kicked out of the library and getting the police called on me. Have that. And two, getting things like passed up by the bus station because someone mentally ill is out there, and they pass me up for some reason because they think I'll look at I just look like this, where my hair is, I just look like this. By the way, you can get hired no matter how your hair looks. But back to the point, I'm going to speak about things like that because it costs me. I'm going against a big corporation. They come in there, 5 lawyers, whatever, against one little temporary employee. But that one that got sentenced, and they know that they wrong for the process they did. But that's another whole little story. Going to the city council meeting, I go there. I'm just sitting in the crowd. I'm actually videotaping. I like to, do a little documentary, little filming to myself, or what they say, Instagramming. I'm sitting there and everything's fine. I'm sitting there, then the group come in, come in after I come back in. They're over there by my little area where my backpack is already sitting. It must go back that when I walked out, the police came and said, "Well, we're not letting anybody else in." I'm like, I ain't worried. I was already in there in these socially distant seats. So when I come back in, it's now a little group against the wall standing, which was, Fairfield Change that could come to speak, but I didn't know who they was. I wasn't with them or anything, The meeting went on. It was some type of disagreement. I then seen Army style procedure come in where they march in and grab a girl. And I'm like, whoa, it kind of made me flash back because, I just been arrested a time before, like at the going to job without even being read my rights, asked, told why I'm being arrested or anything. And it was a deja vu moment for me. And then I'm sitting there like, okay, they still going. And then, I like to do music and photography. And I'm just sitting there like, everybody got their phones out, and some people are saying whatever they got to say, and you guys are, all that you that's not right, and got their phones out and everything. I'm sitting there like, just in the corner like this, in the seat, literally in the corner like this, and it goes fast forward. They start coming over here, and actually one of the officers did this. He said 1, 2, 3. It's like he skipped me. Dun. And I'm like, yeah, you better not touch me because I don't know reason you don't touch me. Next thing you know, I call her small feet. I just seen a lady, like, I'm just sitting there, and then somebody just grabbed me by my shoulder. Keep in mind, I've been going to physical therapy for my injury of why I was falsely arrested the first time by Fairfield PD, and they dropped the charges. So this time they cuffed me up, and I'm like, what are you doing? And one dude say, wait a minute. And I'm like, nah, ain't no wait a minute. What are you arresting me for? Why are you touching me? And she just continued to grab me, and something just told me I've been actually going to seeing a psychologist or someone to talk to every week for the last 4 weeks. So he told me just remain calm sometimes when you're in these situations. So those came into hand, and I'm trying to remain calm, but I'm like, why are you touching me? Now she cuffed me. Now you cause more injury. Now I literally have to have an injection in my shoulder, and what makes it worse in this whole situation is they falsely arrested me. They threw me in custody, and I instantly asked, why am I being arrested? He said his reason for this. And I'm like, okay, no more. I ain't even saying no more. I'm not even saying no more.
Hey, good brother. So, all of that right there just has many questions, but I would just like to say that if you've seen the video, there's different angles to the videos, and you can hear the good bruh yelling. I don't even know what y'all talking about. I'm here for a company matter, and they're steadily arresting this man, hauling him out. Then there's another video on the outside of them taking you in, So we understand that. I know what happened. Well, I don't know what happened inside, but I would like for you to jump ahead real quick to the part where now they want to release you early in the AM hours.
Then thank you. And because that in itself,
Yeah.
and that's what we're gonna dive into a little bit, because that is a setup that
Yeah.
I didn't know that is a practice, but it's something. So please, yes, please let everybody know what happened then.
And it must be said in that video, yes, that video was released everywhere, and it made me look. And they try to even put a little part in there where they seen me. Literally, everyone was going to turn in their cards to the front for the person. I was literally late and just went to go turn in my card, the comment cards, to where everyone was taking it to the front side of the right side of the building, and went and sat right back down. If that's what they want to arrest me for, because I got up and then sat right back down. Hey, could have arrested everyone else. But fast forward, yeah. But it must be said, I'm asking for medical attention. They had us in the paddy wagon, bro. I was already in a situation where I was in a chokehold, like George Floyd here in Fairfield, and that's why I'm hot going to the city councilman, because nothing was done about it. But I'm asking for medical attention. They cut the air off. I'm like, man, I'm having these issues. I'm already going to see a ear, nose, and throat specialist. I've been going for months. They put me in this box, in this air conditioner. I'm like, man, I'm like, I need medical attention. The mother people ain't never been. I already know. Like, nah, Sarge, I need medical attention. Let me.
So the other people ain't never been arrested.
I mean, some of the people in there, the group, they just didn't have that knowledge of what to say and how to say it. I just had a little bit more game of knowing what my rights is, and I'm telling them, like, nah, just don't say that part. Just what you do. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? They do got to give you your name. You got to give them your ID, and that's it. You ain't got to say nothing else. But back forward to it, yeah, they had me this thing. I'm like, I'm literally having these issues breathing. So they let me out. They finally gave me some medical attention, made me go in front. I was in the back, so the back of the thing, they gave me some medical attention, and I'm still in there asking for medical attention as I'm in the thing, and it goes in the account that I have to go to the ER for the next 5-6 days, just continuous bleeding from the mouth. I have video of this, but that day they released me at approximately 1:30, 2 a.m. They released me with just a belt. I'm looking at the paper like, I'm not signing that. I came in here with more than a belt. I'm that kind. I got that type of game. They make you sign your little paper and say come to court. They about to leave. I'm not signing that. I came in there with more than just a belt. Where's my money, my backpack, my wallet, my keys, my phone, all these items that you would need to get on any type of transportation, right? Like whether it's your keys to get in your car, whether it's the Uber ride to get home, or whether it's the public transportation bus. They released me with none of my property for the second time they did this in here in Fairfield. So I'm out there leaving at 2 a.m. with no wallet, keys, phone. So I couldn't get in the house. I had to find a way in the house. My father's ill. He can't get up like that.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there. Because this is when you first told me the story, and we talked about this. When you first told me the story, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm looking at a black man wandering the streets with no ID, just a bad experience getting out of jail.
2 a.m.
2 a.m. at night in Fairfield.
In that area.
And everywhere you have to walk out of is kind of still that area.
Right.
Now, the biggest problem I have with that is how that visually looks to an officer on duty. Because mind you, this is the sheriff who's releasing him. Oh, wait, did you make it to the sheriff or are you still in Fairfield PD?
This is the part they say, well, that's not us. That's what they say, go get your property. Well, we didn't have anything. The sheriff said that. That's the county.
So
Fairfield,
there you go. Who had all your stuff?
At Kentucky Street.
On Kentucky Street, yes. Fairfield PD who had your stuff, but the sheriff's department releasing you out onto the streets. And this is the bad part. Once the sheriffs release you, we good.
We good.
We ain't got nothing to do with you. Whatever happened. I'm sorry they didn't give us your stuff, but that's not our problem. But now, if this is their practice to release people at 2 a.m., I can see how somebody can catch another case
in a matter of 30 minutes.
in a matter
Yeah,
of 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you out
but
there,
it happens all the time. And
yeah,
their hope, because it isn't just California, it's state to state. In Illinois, in Cook County, you get released 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. If you anything besides Aladdin King, you may not make it home.
yes. And thank
So
goodness we don't have that we don't have that gang violence here. But what we do have is the problem of someone getting rearrested. Because it's so easy.
I wanna interject real quick. We do got a gang problem here in Solano County. You can call it whatever set you want to, but we also got to understand that law enforcement is a gang by itself. And then the people that they allow to be law enforcement have ties to other organizations that don't like specific people. So there are gang
Facts.
issues. Now they may not be that traditional how sensationalism sells, Crips and Bloods and Norteños, there's still another gang
There's
that's
still another
causing
gang.
a lot of harm,
Facts.
to the
I'll
folks.
give it, yes. So
can we get them up under the RICO Act?
no, oh, that's funny. No,
Man.
Yeah.
that's
Man.
funny, but no. We'll get back to that in a second.
Hey,
So
Canada just
Stop.
made the Proud Boys a terrorist
terrorist
organization.
organization.
You got some law enforcement cats that's Proud Boying. So how can anyway? Good,
We'll
bro.
get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So the problem is, and then it's, I don't want to use you, completely through this, but I'm glad you're here so you can give people a real example of what kind of really happens and what could actually happen. Because I've seen it as, I mean, even if I get arrested, they release me, I'm pissed because I don't have my watch on me. Y'all kept my wallet. I ain't got no key. Bruh, y'all doing too much.
Too much.
And now this is the problem though. I'm gonna get stopped by a police officer. He's gonna ask me to identify myself. Now I have to tell him I just got released from jail. Oh, hold on. Let me no, why don't you go ahead and just take a seat right there on the curb? I'm not fit to sit down. Y'all just had me sitting down. And y'all still, could you give me a ride to your police station so I can go get my stuff? But it's not gonna happen like that. We're automatically gonna be said, oh no, you're a black man without no ID. That don't look suspicious.
No.
Let me go ahead and lock you up, put you in these handcuffs. You're not gonna re-put me in no handcuffs. I just got out of a set.
So good, bruh. Tell us what you do, man. Tell us what you do, because I know you don't go to jail for a living.
Man, I have. See, I made one bump in the road, and since I've been out, I've been on my reentry form and trying to just get back on doing positive things. I got off for probation within 1 year. Actually, that day I got off for probation, I had the police called on me as I went down to the headquarters of one of these top corporate companies out here in the Bay Area to speak on the issue, how they literally just laughed at me on the issue, right? No, I used to I drove trucks, big rig trucks, worked warehouse. I was a supervisor for Coca-Cola before. I did a lot of work here locally. It was with a company. I can't even say their name because they don't want me to say their name because they know they out of pocket and they put this TRO against me. And,
so you do contribute to society as a whole. You are a truck driver by trade. Sounds like you do some other things. So now where are you trying to go? Now what it is? Where we headed?
Well, what I'm trying to do now is get back into I'm into like music production and photography and things like that. I want to bring some things, some ideas I got to the table. I'm actually going to school to business for transfer at this moment. I also want to be able to get to a community service manager where I can work with the youth under that umbrella. I can do that with the business management. and give back to the youth. I've been doing things that the public won't see and they won't say before they bring up my petty record, something one really small and compared to a lot of these things and crimes that be going on outside of our race. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and that's what I want to do. I've been doing things like community service work, where when you do that, they'll make a paper in North Richmond, where they'll make a paper, and they won't even show the black brothers out there, but they'll show everything else, like, because they don't want us to see that. Just like these papers, when they put articles, they won't look into it of what really the issue is. So I just sat back and let them say whatever they said, and they kind of said, had my face and name all in the paper and things. I didn't even like, okay, what I mean? And they it's another part to that where they end up dropping my charges from that day, if you want to get into that. And I would love to say that. And it's basically, I told them in the nicest way, F y'all, and y'all should, if you're gonna release me, you should be releasing all the other people, because I don't see why you would think that I was with that group, or you wouldn't. I don't know.
Right. Well, the thing is, they know they're in a snafu situation. That's a circus in itself, City Hall. But what I will say is this, good bro, you're on the right path. You're surrounded by a good cat. As long as you stay in touch with Shannon, you ain't gonna find a more truer cat. But what I would say is, again, like we spoke before, changing that narrative of some things they want to put on us and label us as like a negative thing. I would say this: your experiences, now you take that to the community management or the involvement you want to do, because what's popular now is in real life experience. We trying to get away from that counselor textbook way of communicating with folks. We trying to use real people who've been through real things, because like Shannon said, you can't have a white person teach ethnic studies. They ain't never been ethnic. They ain't really even knowing, So to try to have a person teach a young cat about real facts, about how you get caught up on something dumb, that's what's needed, man. So I encourage you to keep going, do what you do, keep fighting a good fight. We here. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, we here, and I'm gonna keep pressing Fairfield to get you some kind of apology. I don't know if it's ever gonna come, because some folks, man, some white folks, it's hard for them to apologize. That's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing, for whatever reason. It's hard to say I'm sorry, man, from their point. And sometimes that's all it really takes. All you gotta do is say, man, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? My bad. But yeah, man, we appreciate you being on, sharing your story. Continue, and since you're doing photography and music, I would say, man, start documenting and get you something out there that you can just post on your social media and share it out there. Share it with us. We'll share it for you. Yeah. But just stay in touch with us, man, because the story ain't over. I got a vibe on you, bro. The story ain't over. We got some things to do.
No, it's a long way from over.
Yeah, I told Shannon I might have found the right people, because believe I've been trying to find the right people. You know what I'm saying? Just believe I've been trying to find the right people and going to people that I think will help in these situations. But maybe I don't know.
That's all good. It's all good. Yeah. It's all good.
It's all good.
Well, bro, we gonna let you go, Dennis. We appreciate having you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, sir.
Shannon, for getting me connected, and also helping me out on my journey. I got into school, and this brother got in contact with him, and he's been most definitely helping me out on my journey. I wish when when the story forms and everything settles, I'll be able to really share it with you guys.
Yeah, right, make it happen. Right on, bro. Have a good one, man.
Right on, bro.
Right.
Okay.
Yo.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's the thing, that
that's real life.
And them letting him out. But that's one of the problems within that story is the letting him out at 2 o'clock and 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning with no ID.
Setting him up.
That's a setup. If I've ever seen one, that's a setup.
Now, and I want to share this because I mean, it's not that I just know, I'm sure other people know, but the other folks that was arrested that night also were released without their wallet, without identification. You know, that is a setup. That is,
Yes.
and especially if you're dealing with two different entities, you're dealing with the sheriff office and the community service employees, and they both claiming, oh, we didn't know. Yeah,
It's a setup.
come on, man.
It's always the, and it's, you know, and it's, I'm not going to say, I can't say that I blame the officer who quote unquote would be involved in the second arrest that night, because he don't know. He don't know.
Absolutely.
But the procedure itself is a setup.
Yes.
Because they may not say, hey, you can't say, hey, we just release somebody every time somebody get released.
But that's where procedure needs to start changing.
Yes. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. You hit it right on the procedure itself is the problem.
Right.
Because I would like to know.
The thing is, you know, you always hear, so, and I'm trying to make it so we understand the procedure and how to change it. Because again, we're about solutions. You just heard this man, you know, we're about solutions. So how do we fix that? Because we set him up. So whenever there's a let's just say a standoff, when there's a standoff, you got the local community service employees who show up in their little uniform, right? Then you might get the sheriff in their little uniform, and then you might get some out of towners. You might get FBI, depending on how serious it is. But they want to do the inter district. Oh, we working as a team. Everybody knows what's going on. Okay, let's reverse it. When it's time to get out, when you release someone who's been found guilty, they've been through the process, been fingerprinted for no unnecessary reason. They missed time with their loved ones for unnecessary reason. Shouldn't it encompass every person in law enforcement to know, we just had this person in, they are free.
They're innocent. No.
And you're releasing everything they took you with.
They're innocent. That's what they're innocent. We let them go. We detained them. They've been absolved for all charges. They're free to go because they're innocent. And you're right. If we're going to put everything, they will put the force of everything to catch you.
Yeah.
But the problem is what happens when they let you go. Go ahead, Shannon.
Yeah, I was going to say, we know that's an issue and we need a lot of solutions for it. But in moving on, in the nick of things, in our community, which we've all seen, our community, Smith, me and you, we here in Vacaville, we've seen how this community is done. They've been in an uproar because Wilsie Wood took time out to express that they support Black History Month.
I was wondering how you was gonna squeeze that in.
I
was wondering how you, because now we ain't even talking about that no more. We done moved on to something else.
Man,
I was wondering how you was gonna squeeze that in, but go ahead, come on. But anyway, actually, Smitty, in our 30 seconds of solutions,
yeah,
we're gonna hit. I'm gonna step back.
You know what? We're gonna mute him for a minute, and I'm going to stay on this topic.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but no, honestly though, we do need to. I guess it needs to be shedded because our good brother Troy, he sits on the Equity Council. We're all about change. And I think when we start looking at change, and I think Smitty can agree. And let me put it as a question. Why is it when it comes to equity or anything dealing with the Black community, it's always one of them at the head of the table and not one of our own?
I can actually answer that one.
Please.
I think I got a solution for that one. Here, Maddie. The problem is with a lot of it, it's a couple of things. One, they don't want us at the table. They can't have us consistently at every table. They can't, because things will change. Things will you would actually have to change things. And I do. It's a great. Well, what did I say, Smitty, earlier today? We all have to be at a table. I'm on mine. Shannon has one. Smith, aren't you on some committee also? Oh, no, you got blackballed because you got a job.
I ain't got. Hey,
but hold
we
on.
can go there, bro. But I'm really not trying to go there this week.
But even within that, where you work at, there is you're still making change.
Yes.
Which is important.
Yes.
And I'm teasing you about having a job. You know that.
Right.
But
you know I'm all good.
Please, because we all know what you'll be willing to do with them papers if they really push you on it.
Right.
So
yes.
But that's the solution. We're right now, we are at a time in which things are changing because the three of us is doing a lot of things.
We're doing a lot of things, but
we're getting invited. Hold on, but we're getting invited to a lot of different tables. We're talking to a lot of different people, and we're keeping in mind of the cause why we're here. So that in itself, the three of us in itself, we're getting that, as small and minute as we are, we're getting that ball rolling because we're bringing up our show brings up conversations that we know for a fact that other people are having about us and about our topics, right? Isn't that the point?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So now this is the other part of that, though. This is the funny part about it. If you want racial change, you have to want racial change. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I say that to go back to Shannon's point, we during Black History Month, we can't put pictures of Black historians on nothing, Vacaville. And I'm saying that's because you broke it down. I will need you to break it down again, Smitty. But we don't do it any other time during the year, Vacaville. But if we put up the posters of Black activists and so on and so forth, that's a problem during Black History Month. I can understand if we just threw them, all willy-nilly up in July. Lord forbid that. But during Black History Month, slow that down. But during Black History Month, we can't celebrate Black people.
Right.
But I thought this was at least 1 month out the year that it was cool.
No, we changed that. We celebrate every single day, every single month.
We try to.
And I guess what I'm looking at, yes, you sit on a committee, I sit on one, Smitty does his part. And I guess I'm at a point to where I'm tired of them trying to figure out what's true equity. We already know what true equity is, and we shouldn't have to sit back and explain. If they go back down their path and their ancestry, they'll see what true. You know what? I think I said it best. I can't remember who I said it to. When they wake the hell up and understand, all of us came from the same place. The only reason they're lighter is because they didn't need that much pigmentation in their skin.
They moved up north.
Certain people needed more. I'm saying they were in that certain part of Africa where they didn't need that much pigmentation.
Hey,
but
Shannon,
if they go over there,
first of all, every part of Africa needed that much pigmentation, and the only reason why I say that is, let's not keep going. In my mind, I don't want to keep back going to see Elizabeth Taylor playing Cleopatra.
Right. I want to.
Well, you don't have to.
I want to get a chance, and I want to stay on topic. I want to get a chance to ask a question, Shannon, about this table. I'm getting irritated about this table. It's really upsetting me because when we do that, when we say that, it makes it sound like they control this table. And then
damn it, that was my other part. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Smitty. Thank you.
And then when this table, when they control the narrative and say, oh, you can come to our table, now they're in control again. And that's why I keep saying we're not going to their table. This is our table. We create the table. You come and see us at our table, and we'll tell you where to sit, the placemat to sit, and you got your name folder right there for you to sit down and listen. That's what it is. See, when we go back to their table, they control the narrative. And then at that table, the people that look like us, all they just yes men. They just yes,
Mhm.
yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. No, 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 no. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? To your point, Shannon, about this true equity, then this table is going to be a true equity table. No one's got to go to the table. You see what I'm saying? That's my big thing right there. And we're going to change that, and we're going to continue to change that, you know, because, and I'm only talking for our little area. I'm specifically general as Isaac because it encompasses this entire nation. But in this particular area, you got a lot of people that look like us that's sitting at these tables and they ain't getting nothing accomplished. And they've been at these tables for years. They've been at these tables for generations. We've been at this for less than a
15
year.
minutes.
Yeah, us three. And the feedback is incredible. You know what? I'm not going to take it there, but I do want to say this about what we do and making change about this table. You can say whatever you want about me. You spell my name right, you spell it wrong. You say whatever you want about me. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the owner of a store. I don't care if you're the mayor of whatever little city you're the mayor of. I don't care if you're an officer. It makes me no difference. I don't care if you're the president, right? But check this out. Whatever you say, understand this. My actions speaks, they precede me where I go. You never hear nothing about Smith said this and didn't get it done. Understand my actions do much more than you standing behind some little thumb and thumbing out emails and thumbing out a Facebook and this, bruh, anybody check my facts, because I'm about facts. Check my facts and what I get done. And these two bruhs that allowed me to sit here and rant right now because I really wasn't going there, we about action. We show up, we bring our own table. It ain't even a folding table, it's mahogany. You feel me? And when we come, we boom, we drop it down, and then they sit and they listen to us. And then we get things done. We don't make demands, we make suggestions. That's the benefit for everybody.
And the main thing, the main reason, and this is to the second part of what you were saying, Shannon, is because we decided that we need to stand up. We weren't going to wait for nobody else. We weren't going to, go through all this whole little other thing. We understand that there's problems out there that need to be addressed.
Hey, what you say, stand up? Hey, you remember Glory? You remember yes. Glory? When Morgan Freeman, they was about to go down. And Morgan Freeman said, you know what? Tell my mama and them that I went down standing up.
I went down standing up.
Facts. I went down standing up. You know what I'm saying?
And that, at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. And that's what I'm getting at is we hear a lot of complaining. We hear, we'll get 3 hours at a city council meeting, ranting and raving, but no one, we need people. We need you to stand up with us.
And again, about solutions, because that's where we are. We're about this cause and get solutions for everybody, the elderly, the young, the disenfranchised, the houseless, whoever. Everybody's going to get their chance. But the thing is, it's about getting things done. In 1 year, we've already got things done at the local Walmart. All right. We've got things changed at Travis Unified School District. There's some words changed over at on their policy. Best believe that. All right. There's some things that they just don't do anymore because we're involved. There's things going on in Vacaville that has never been done in Vacaville. Never.
And you know what? We got it done. We got it done without harassing somebody.
Ain't no harassing. You know what I'm saying?
And mind you, we're not saying this to pat ourselves on the back or toot our own horn. We're saying this because we're examples of what happens when you stand up.
That's right.
And you come about things with solutions. You come about things as grown-ups. So don't, it may seem like they're just grandstanding again. No, we're simply saying there's problems, you stand up for them.
So
everybody will
about the action and solutions. About the action and solutions. We got politicians on here to tell you folks about what they do. We didn't tell you to vote for them, but we was giving you options. We're trying to provide solutions for you, so you just
information.
So you're just not just vote for people, or you don't vote. You don't vote because you don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So understand, when we come with solutions. Every show has been about solutions. Now, we may not have used the word solutions, but if you watch them, there's solutions in there on how to address some of these issues that we discuss every single time. You know, and for the big long picture, because this is another conversation that we've had amongst ourselves about this cause. If you understand that, this cause is a marathon. It is a worldwide, it's encompassing. It ain't gonna happen overnight. So you got my boy Shannon. This man is on his way to get his law degree. It ain't gonna happen overnight. So we doing things. We trying to make things happen slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, with solutions. And understand that in 1 year, less than 1 year, us three got Vacaville doing things that never seen done in the history of Vacaville. All right, we're about solutions. Bottom line. And whoever, Grandmaster of the KKK, the owner of the Proud Boys, I don't know who you are, whatever it is y'all do, if y'all want to come on the show and speak your 2 cents, come on the show. Come on the show.
Please. And mind you, and that's important too. And a matter of fact, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that everybody understands that. What Smitty just said was, if you have something to talk about, if you have a problem, and we've thrown this invitation out on a many occasion, come on the show. We allow everybody. Matter of fact, I talked to Sarah the other day, and we'll all get a chance to meet her. And I was like, hey, you need to come on the show. And she was like, oh, I thought you guys' show was just about Black issues. I was like, huh? Nah. That's not it.
That's a Nipmuc hat right there. That's Native American right there. We talk about everything.
Everything.
Well, you know what? In light of, and I know my brothers, and I love my brothers to death. I will say, they're not going to like this, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay, but wait, hold on.
No, I'm going to say this. Since we said, you said anybody was allowed on the show.
This is your.
You said anybody was allowed on the show.
That's for damn.
So, yeah, I'm going to say this. You said we'll have anybody on here as long as they got something to talk about. So I am going to say, because we will work with anybody. We're not against working with anybody.
High road.
I don't,
High road.
Yeah.
High road. Yeah,
it's always going to be the high road. What I will say to our brother out there, our brother Jonathan, the president of Tri-City, coming from one man to the next, I'm asking you to step to Undivided, come on our show, address our issues, and prove to the community that you can work with anybody as well. This message, look, you had this offer in email by myself, an email by Mr. Finley, and I am going to say, our brother Smitty here, all 3 of us would like you to come to our show, man up, and show the community what a leader is supposed to do, especially if you're about the cause. So it's in your court. You can reach out to any one of us and we can set it up. And the community knows now.
So okay. Nope, I have nothing.
I got something.
Smitty, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing already.
I got something, only because, again, we got solutions. We got solutions.
Facts.
Solutions is, I want to point out one solution. One solution is Wilsie Wood is hosting banners that represents different Black icons throughout the history of Black folks. I spoke to the principal at Wilsie Wood. That's phenomenal. That's a solution. That's a solution.
Who's the principal of Wilsie Wood?
What's that?
Who's the principal of Wilsie Wood?
Adam Rich, solid dude. I was talking to him
today. Shout out
to
Adam Rich for doing that.
Shout out Adam Rich. The city downtown Vacaville put on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That's another thing. Okay, we're involved in providing solutions. You know, we show up to city councils with solutions. Shannon with solutions. You know, we've been having discussions with Fairfield Unified, Vacaville Unified. We've reached out. If you haven't watched our shows, we've reached out for Vallejo. They haven't
several times.
Yeah, they haven't responded. All right. Solutions get the problems done. Kissing ass, yes sir in them, don't get nothing done. And again, if that's how you want to go about it,
Misrepresentation?
by all means, you know. But again, we ask that the people engage, be involved, and ask questions. If
Facts.
only a certain few, just like ourselves, we just 3 people, we can't solve everyone's problems. We're not mind readers. We don't know what you go through. That's why we want you involved. The more you get involved, the more solutions we have now. We didn't even think of that. We didn't even
And
think
stuff. And matter of fact, the more people who get involved, the more things that are on the table get finished.
Get finished. The squeaky
Correct.
wheel gets the grease.
That's all.
Correct.
So it's just one of them things. Come on, people, get involved with it. Come on, give us 30 seconds, Smith.
30 seconds.
Give us, yeah.
Solution
Shannon, you
right
go
here.
first.
This is going to hurt somebody's feelings, but it's got to be said. We need, as parents, to get involved and learn how to participate in school. Sending your child out the door and having them come back at 3 o'clock, thinking this magic happened at the school. Parents, you have a responsibility. You have to participate in school. You have to know the rules. You have to know what you're accountable for. You can be held accountable for your child not showing up to school and participating. All right. Understand that. Parents, get involved. Know who the PTA is. Know who your principal is. 95% of parents don't know the principal. Know who this person is. Know the counselor. Know what the role is of the counselor. Understand, we have to participate as parents in school.
Shannon.
Know the curriculum. Make sure that the educator, make sure that your educator that's in front of your child is actually teaching them what's right and teaching them the truth, not half truths, as we know with Common Core. You know, when our kids go and learn about history, make sure that you're at home working with them and teaching them their history as well.
Facts. Now, this is where we're going to go, where I'm getting ready to go, because we had a couple of things. One, police procedures are sometimes out of date. Police procedures, just like any other procedure in the United States and across the world, can always be updated.
But it worked in 1970.
It did. It was fantastic in 1970. It was hot. But we in 2021, we need to update a few things.
Hey, Troy, Troy, hold on. Hey, say, I reclaim my time. I reclaim my time to get my time.
Nice. Let me get through this. See, I had a whole thing. Anyway, so yes, procedures, police procedures can always be updated, and sometimes even the police officers and city council people who listen to this just understand that letting a person out at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning without no ID is not helpful. Second thing, real quick, once again, our people, our citizens, your involvement is always important. There is always a seat at the table. Please, let's all start standing up. And if we want change, we have to be involved. There's a thing going on in Vacaville. I think Fairfield does it, and I hope Vallejo does it whenever they figure out what government is you can go and ask and get, it's like a day in figuring out what it is to pass, what it is to be a city councilman. Mm-hmm. Go get involved in that. Show them that you are really interested. It's COVID. Everything's shut down. You ain't got nothing to do. Go do that at least. You're on Facebook all the time. Get your life together. There we go. That was it. I think it was good. Are we good? Did we cover everything?
I want to thank good brother Dennis that came. and then told us his side of the story. There's always two sides of the story, and somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Matter of fact, hold on that note, Smitty. Fairfield City Council, if you have a spokesperson, if you have anybody, we'll hold Smitty down. But if you want to, because I want to know why you haven't at least apologized to this man for falsely arresting him. We're not going to get into the fact why you actually arrested those other people. I don't understand why, but whatever. But this one man in particular who didn't deserve to be arrested, what happened? So thank y'all for hanging out with us again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother Shannon, my brother Smitty. Oh, you should have played this at the beginning, partner. What you doing?
All right, y'all have a good night.
Good night, y'all.